breaking travel news. Travel Talk with Phil Blizzard, talking to industry experts and decision makers.
Welcome, and for this edition, we're at the InterContinental Danang Sun Peninsula Resort, high up on the coastline between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. A fascinating, fabulous resort, which we're going to find out more about as I talk to the General Manager, Iain. Thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
We're here overlooking Monkey Bay, so what's the significance of monkeys?
Well, actually, the resort was actually built in a wildlife sanctuary. So it's the only large resort here on this peninsula, and we actually have one of the very few places that has the Duke monkey, which is an endangered species of monkey. So a big part of our philosophies here obviously is to take care of the environment as well, and obviously taking care of the protection of the monkeys, which we also are actually part of a local organisation who actually look after the monkeys in this region.
Okay, well, it's a fascinating location, a fascinating resort. Been here a short time, everywhere you go it's wow, 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 literally wows, and you've had a lot of accolades in the short life of the resort. So when did it open?
Well, it actually opened just over 2 years ago. It took almost 6 years to build. It was actually designed by international renowned architect called Bill Bensley. He's actually designed many hotels, resorts around the world. Through the vision of our chairman, Chairman Lam, who owns our owning company called Sun Group. Yeah. And he has really been, huge inspiration behind it, and the driving force in creating this magnificent resort.
Iain, give us an overview of the resort, what you actually have here, and the key aspects.
Okay, we actually have 200 rooms with 18 villas. We just opened up 3 Peninsula villas, we call them, which actually 2 or 3 bedrooms. There's 1 2-bedroom, 800 square meters, beautiful luxury villas. We have a most amazing spa called Han Spa, which is why one of the reasons where we're actually here today is with the World Spa Awards, and we actually have a Bastian Gonzalez studio here. He's the world-renowned pedicurist, manicurist, and he has a lot of celebrity clients, as well as he's in all of the one and only resorts throughout the world, and also in many of the peninsulas and Mandarin Oriental. So we have a lot of luxury brands within this resort, which really create such a magnificent luxury destination. I mean, we've just appointed Pierre Gagne. He's now just taken over our La Maison 1888 restaurant. He was here just this last week for a week, and we did the launch with Pierre Gagne. Now he's the world famous 3-star Michelin chef.
You must be happy about that, because you've got a huge amount of experience in hospitality, and I believe you started off as a chef, so having a renowned chef like that here must be close to your heart.
That's correct. I mean, we had some great conversations over lunch and dinner, and going through the years, because obviously I've known about him, as well as before Pierre Gagne. We actually had Michel Roux here for 3 years, who I got to know very well, and he's a fantastic gentleman, and really positioned La Maison 1888.
Moving from the F&B aspect to, well, there's so many things to talk about. I mean, you must be like the mayor of a small town, because you have a huge workforce, you've got a transport system to operate, running guests around in the buggies, and also the Hill Railway.
That's correct, and we have our Nam Tram. So there's 2 Nam Trams that take all the guests, and even the staff as well at times, to the different levels. Yeah. And we have the 4 levels of the resort: heaven level, sky level, earth level, and sea level. And without that, it'd be quite difficult to navigate through, because from the lobby to the bottom on a buggy takes exactly 12 minutes.
Does it really?
It really does, and so that really makes it quite complex and challenging when we're trying to get, obviously with check-ins, check-outs, the amount of buggies going back and forth. So we have to be very strategic with our planning and how we actually organise that.
Right. Looking outside at the moment, I'm looking across Monkey Bay. It's a bit rainy today, so what's the key season for people who want to come here, relax in the sunshine, enjoy the spa facilities and everything else you offer?
Well, I'd say that the weather patterns really come at their peak is from May around to, I'd say, mid-September. Today is a little overcast, but it's just, we call it liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine.
Everyday sunshine, yeah.
Without that, you wouldn't have the greenery, would you? You
No,
wouldn't have the
that's
vegetation,
right.
so
That's
you
right.
need the rain, of course.
And even when it's like this, it really is still stunning, it's beautiful, it just adds a different dimension to it, and when the guests are here, we very rarely get complaints, even when it's raining, because of the property, because of the location, and it's just very dramatic all around.
So Iain, mentioning guests, what are your source markets? What are the key source markets?
Well, actually, our number one, surprisingly, is Vietnamese. We have, I'd say probably a good 30% of Vietnamese, because the Vietnamese are so proud about having this resort here in Vietnam. It's already very iconic, and the Vietnamese, customers and people really want to see it and experience it. And then we go, it's predominantly Asian. So we're looking at, it's Korea, it's Japan, it's China, Hong Kong, Singapore, and actually US. The US is our fifth largest source market.
Coming across the Pacific.
That's correct.
For Europe market, it's a long flight for a start into Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, and then you have another flight to where you're located. So do you see that increasing, the European market?
It is, and this is where we're really focusing now, as we're moving forward, is developing the European market. It's just creating that awareness. Because we are fairly new here, and over the last 2 years we've built up a fabulous reputation. We've won many awards worldwide, and it's just creating a lot more awareness there. So now we're sort of capitalizing on that now.
Yeah.
And even our US market, we were in Las Vegas just 2 weeks ago, and really promoting that, and there's a lot of interest now.
And looking at what you got here, the MICE market for a lot of hotels is a key aspect of hospitality. What do you offer?
Well, we offer, I'd say one is the most fabulous facilities.
Yeah.
We've got the stunning facilities with conference rooms, with ballrooms. We even have a 100-seater auditorium with 3D cinema. We have the most spectacular nightclub I've ever seen. It's just, and all these aspects all put together really does attract very much the high end in MICE business.
And talking MICE, the World Spa Awards taking place, that's why we're here.
Yes.
An example of a MICE event, I suppose. How important is it for you to have the Spa Awards, the debut, in fact, World Spa Awards?
That's right. I mean, for us, and we're very proud about that. Obviously it's, we need to, we have the Hahn Spa here. Actually, Paul Hahn is here this week as well, so he's very much part of that. He's very proud about this. And it's really and it's a real partnership. For us to really show what we can offer, it's an awareness, and also what the World Spa Awards are doing as well. It's just a phenomenal job of marketing and really just establishing this resort and other resorts as true luxury destinations.
And Iain, to finish off, using your local knowledge regarding where we're located, Danang, more or less halfway between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Right. For visitors here who want to see a bit more outside the resort, what does Danang offer?
Well, Danang is a beautiful town. It's just really only been developed over the last few years as a destination, and in the region we're very close to Hoi An, which is one of the famous UNESCO sites. It's a beautiful, local style town. It offers just a lot to our guests, through real cultures and the cuisine and experiences. Then you have Hue, which is about 2 hours from here. A lot of our guests do that on day trips, which is the ancient city of Hue. Again, all the temples are there, and it has a lot of history.
Iain, fascinating insights to the resort and also the locality. So thanks very much for joining us on Breaking Travel News.
Thank you very much for being here.